let's see. So I think Billboard got it right. They got it right. I think they got it right.
So?
I'm biased because my selection would be what their top selection was, but I'm openly biased. But I also think I'm right. And they had a list of the 50 greatest rap groups of all time. Now, I'm not gonna go. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but
let's give us the top 10. Let's see
around that top 10 or 11 is what I've been seeing people have some. Let's just say some slight conversations and perhaps some issues. So it gets good around. Well, I like starting around 15 because 15 is Naughty by Nature.
Okay,
I'm not mad at that.
No,
it depends what everything else is.
Would you say, Lone, depend on where we going?
Yeah,
I fool with Naughty by Nature.
Right now it's just a number. So
Fuji's 14.
No, too high.
Too high?
Too high.
Two albums.
They have
two albums. One that was good.
Classic.
I mean, it's a a large part of why even people bought that album was for an R&B remake.
But it was done well.
It was done well. But when I think about hip hop groups, when you are 1 for 2.
I mean, but your singer is your best rapper also.
That's fine.
That was dope.
I'll immediately put Naughty by Nature over the Fugees.
I mean, if Black Star's not even on the list and they have 2 albums and the Fugees have
2 albums.
And one's not good.
Look, so even if we were just talking about people from Jersey, I put Naughty by Nature over the Fugees.
See, you being disrespectful.
No, I'm not.
Being disrespectful now. See, you probably put Fetty Wap over the Fugees, don't you?
I'm not going as far as to say all that, but
he's not a group. Are you trying to group his eyes?
I was trying to.
I was being petty.
You're trying to jam me up. Yeah. 13.
Mobb Deep. No issues there. Be careful, Jay Moore. I see your eyes. Come on, man.
No, Mobb Deep is a legendary group.
All right, okay.
Get to it.
All right, Mobb Deep.
I put Mob and like I said, I got love for Naughty. I think Tretch is super underrated as a lyricist.
That I agree with.
But yeah, I put Mobb Deep over Naughty.
Vinny, I don't think Vinny. I think people play Vinny as the Fonte Pooh thing. I think Vinny gets played, but I 100% agree with you. Tretch is severely underrated.
And plus, when you and I got love for Vin Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen him do his thing. He gets busy.
No, dude can rap, though.
But it's just like when the very first, OPP, he wasn't even on it.
True. And the song went off.
Yeah,
the song
everything's going to be all right. The first 2 singles by them, he wasn't even on.
Uptown Anthem is one of my favorite joints.
Yeah. So.
You know what I'm saying? Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, Lone. What you think?
I don't think so.
12.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody, we just feel like we have to put that group on there.
It's just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, you get points for nostalgia and for being a pioneer, but I don't know. I guess.
No, I'm sorry.
Probably not, but, we could see what else is on there, I guess.
All right. Well, leave it there for now.
I don't think it belongs above, like, Mobb Deep.
Okay. No, sorry, it doesn't.
So.
All right. Let's see. As we continue on. Migos, number 11.
I mean...
I saw this one was one that was being discussed.
Heated.
Yeah, this was being discussed.
I cannot put Migos above Mobb Deep and Naughty by Nature. I'm sorry.
Here's my thing, right?
They had a good run.
The Migos, I look at the Migos as a group that cannot be excluded when you talk about the grand scheme of somebody's. This is cliche, but we're gonna write a book in the story about hip hop. You gotta tell they chapter.
Just like Soulja Boy has a chapter.
Don't do that. No, it's not the same.
I'm not comparing them, but Soulja Boy also has a chapter, regardless of if we like his music or not. Right?
I see where you're going. But the Migos, they got a lot of kids running around. When I say kids, I mean...
Yeah, we know.
You know.
But at the same time,
they got a lot of kids running around Atlanta.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons they stand out as a group because they're in an era where there are no groups. You got to understand, when you talk about Naughty by Nature, Eric B. and Rakim, back to at one point, hip-hop was nothing but groups.
Tribe,
okay. Yeah, okay.
It wasn't... Curtis Blow was a solo rapper.
Big Daddy
Kool
Kane.
Moe D, but even then you're talking about, because even Kool Moe D was in the Treacherous 3. You're talking about later at the end of the 90s, or 80s rather. Like if... In the 80s, everybody was a group.
Right. Yeah.
And so Migos came at a time when, the hip hop group was passe. It just wasn't a thing. People might get together.
Takeoff, by the way.
People might get together for a collaboration, a quick little one-off. Future and Drake might be a group for one album.
Yeah.
21 and Drake. There's that's 𝐾𝐄𝐃𝐒 and Young Dolph. But
that's a good point.
There are not
That's true.
The hip hop group is essentially gone.
Even if I think the Migos are too high, I'm not mad at them being in the grand scheme of this conversation.
Just in the groups
I'm
that
not
you
mad.
named
I'm
already,
not mad
they're
at
too
that.
high. Just in the
Even if it's too high, like I saw some people trying to play them like they're not supposed to be here. I don't agree with that.
How long was their run? Like 4 or 5 years?
That first album was what, Culture? That came out in
no,
was that
because
the
they
first
had
album?
because remember they had
it was
Hannah
stuff
Montana,
leading up to that. You're right.
Bad and Bougie. That was before the Culture era.
Huge records though. Those were huge records, man.
I'm not saying no, because the thing is, I enjoy, as far as like the commercial hip hop from the time and being in the clubs, I always enjoyed hearing Migos records.
And they had the coldest ad libs too, man. Mama.
One of my tags is hey. Longevity.
Yeah, like
so
I'm not the like I said, I'm not the biggest Migos fan, but I'm also not oblivious to them. Like they
belong in the conversation.
They belong, bro.
In the conversation,
you gotta have.
They're
just a little high. That's all.
Yeah, they don't belong over Naughty by Nature.
They just a little high.
Or Mobb Deep.
Okay, now we getting into the top 10. They got the Roots. I'm not mad at this. I think this is pretty self-explanatory.
The Roots of what?
10.
As a band.
We're gonna talk about them as a band or a group. See, the thing.
I'm not mad at them being called a group though. It's like they're a hybrid, right?
When you include like Dice, Raw, and Malik
B.
Yeah, Malik B.
Yeah, I can see that. And they are a bunch of, Quest, James Poyser, and
it's like a hybrid, bro. Like it's band slash, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, I'm not mad at it, you know.
All right, so we cool with the Roots. Mm-hmm. All right, so we left off at De La Soul at number 9. Rest in peace, True Good.
De La Soul at number 9. Again, it depends on what the top 8 are, but they should definitely be up there.
All right, want me to keep going?
Yeah.
All right, so we have Salt and Pepper at number 8.
Doesn't deserve to be there.
No, I don't think so.
Too high?
It seems like they're just invoking some women in there just to...
How is Salt and Pepper going to be above the Roots and De La Soul?
That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm sorry. They had a commercial impact, but...
Top 50 is due, correct?
For sure.
Okay, all right.
Herbie Love Bug wrote all the lyrics, and, once that relationship was severed, it was
we just talked about the Migos,
and they got hits, and I no,
they had a wave though.
Wrong.
They had a run. We just talked about runs, right? Salt and Pepper definitely had a run.
Love me some Salt, but no.
No, I
see what you did.
No, that's a little too high. I think.
Yeah.
20s.
It's
where we spoke.
Once again, because
I wish I had time to. I don't want to read
the boys on there. I got to ask that.
I'll have to go back.
Yeah, let's go back because.
But we'll finish out and I'll make sure
let's finish out.
But Eric B and Rakim is number 7. I mean,
I'm more happy with them being up there than Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5
and Salt and Pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad at Eric B and Rakim.
But it still seems maybe, I guess,
a little high.
It depends. It depends.
Well, no, I mean, because I can make, and I'm not going to do it here because we got to get through the show, but I can make a case for them being top 5, if not number 1.
All right, fair enough.
Possibly, but I don't know.
We'll keep going. Public Enemy is number 6. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I don't have any problems with that.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that. Now we in the top 5. Run DMC. I have no problem with that.
No. I'm surprised they weren't. I'm surprised they weren't higher.
Yeah.
I'm good with them being here. I don't have a problem.
I'm really surprised they're not higher. But let's see what else we got.
Tribe. Number 4.
Yeah.
I have Tribe higher than Run DMC, but that's
they actually are.
But no, I'm just saying like personally.
Oh, personally, okay.
Yeah, but I can.
Me too.
So I think that's good.
That's good. All right, number 3. Drum roll as I scroll down. NWA.
Too high.
Too high. NWA's too high? Please explain.
NWA has 2 albums.
Okay.
Only one of them has Ice Cube on it, and he was the heart and soul of the group. The second album, like I said, we've talked about how sonically I think is Dr. Dre's best work, but thematically I think is reprehensible, and I think is problematic on a lot of different levels.
Sonically, I think you can make a case for both The Chronic and 2001, in my personal opinion. I think those sound like butter to me.
You could make a case for them, but like if they just released the when you released the instrumentals of the second NWA album.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like, ooh, what was the fact that Dre was doing it with?
I agree.
With beat machines that might have had 1 meg of memory.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And no Pro Tools.
Sample time was small. I agree. I'm with you.
But yeah, when I think about an overall piece of art, Strata Compton is a classic. The second one, there's a reason I call it the second NWA album, and I don't call the album by its name. I'm sorry. For me, NWA is one, and you might want to call NWA and the Posse or 100 Miles and Yell and Running rather. No, I don't. I think as when you look at the NWA tree, maybe that's how you make a case for it. But as just NWA, 2 studio albums and an EP. I can't make a group. I can't make a case for them even being a top 20 group.
So let me ask you both this.
Because we take it about Impact and Tree out of it. No.
But see, that's the thing though. We can't. I think Impact. Okay, so Impact and Tree. I think this is cumulative. Is why they're so high.
Yeah,
because
I can see why you would make the
Impact. Their impact, what they were talking about, when they talked about what they were talking about, the visuals,
out of the group, yes,
crazy.
But you know, when I think about a Tribe Called Quest, who should be higher than NWA,
why?
Because
and I love Tribe.
When it's just
it's not the music now. It's not the music.
You just talk about the music.
Their music is better than
when
NWA.
You talk about just even if you leave out
the albums,
the if you just talk about the first, even if you just take the music that they did when it was all 3 of them together, those 5 albums. Stronger body of work than NWA.
No question.
By far.
So the feeling that I'm getting is, am I, and you tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, am I overhyping or gassing NWA's impact for the time that they came out?
No,
and
I don't.
What happened moving forward?
I don't think that you are.
I think that's huge.
If I just take,
Salt and Pepper had a big impact too when they
not
came.
like NWA though. Not like NWA.
When you look at the sales, the chart history,
and the fact they're women.
Not like NWA though, bro.
No, I'm looking
what they
at
were talking about.
That's fine. I'm looking at the music. If I take the NWA CDs, I take the 2 studio albums and the EP.
Right.
I'm not counting NWA and the Posse.
Okay.
And then you take the studio albums by A Tribe Called Quest, even the one that was done after Phife had, or even if we exclude that, okay?
So you stop at the Love Movement.
Say we stop at the Love Movement.
Right.
It's a better run. It's better music. And better music. And overall, I think when you talk about songs per and
you got me on the music.
And when you think about what they actually mean,
you got me on the music.
A Tribe Called Quest should definitely be higher than NWA. Like I said, NWA may not even be top 20. And you're talking to someone that loves NWA. Dr. Dre might be one of the biggest MC. Look, I listen to MC Ren's new music. You know what I'm saying? I'm that person.
We're going to disagree. We're going to agree to disagree on the top 20. Come on, man. Nah.
Sorry. Like I said, you talking about,
I don't see that.
You talking about 2 albums, and they only really 1 for 2.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Either way, what's the theme, Lone? It's subjective.
No, it is. But I mean, are you really going to put Tribe below NWA?
Yes, man. Just because of what NWA still, and it's not musically. Musically, it's not.
We're only talking about music.
I'm talking about cumulative.
I'm talking about music today.
What's the list about?
To me, I think this list is cumulative. I don't think it's just discography. If it was, the 2 album people are going to suffer, right? If it's just discography.
Yeah,
I think it's totality.
That's why I said the Fugees were too high.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think with the Fugees, you got to think Lauryn Hill, we're going to do Tree, right? Lauryn Hill, Miseducation, that falls under all of this. That's what I'm thinking they're doing.
Because if you're going to talk about Impact and Tree, then you got to put the Fugees ahead of NWA. Because when you look at chart history, when you talk about record sales, when you talk about what happened in the culture at the time, the Fugees were actually a bigger movement. I'm sorry.
Let's finish it off, then. We good conversation.
Exactly.
Wu-Tang's number 2.
Okay.
No problem with that.
All right, and then
Outkast.
Yeah, I say they're my favorite. They're the greatest group to me ever.
But to your argument, Outkast's impact on the industry isn't bigger than NWA. So should NWA be bigger?
With the Dungeon Family, it ain't.
We're not talking about the Dungeon Family. We're talking about Outkast.
That's Tree.
No, we're talking about Outkast is the group in the Dungeon Family. We're talking about Outkast. You're talking about NWA, a group in the tree of NWA. The tree of Outkast is Dungeon. It's not Outkast.
What? Oh, I see what you mean. I got you. I had to think about that.
Look, if I put Outkast albums, if I put the Outkast studio albums on a table and the NWA studio albums on a table,
yeah, that's a wash.
It's not close.
Which one are you going to go ahead and grab if you say I can only have one?
It's not close with Tribe. It's not close.
It's a wash.
Not close.
It's a wash.
If you put Naughty by Nature's albums on a table and you put the Fugees albums on a table, I'm picking up Naughty by Nature.
Man, I see. There's no criteria listed here. They just give paragraphs about each one, so I get it.
If you put Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Fives albums on a table,
I know. I got it.
Or the other 14 that you mentioned, I'm going to grab one of the other 14.
Some of our older listeners though might pick that.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
And they can. It's subjective.
Thank you.
Subjective, but once again, I'm saying what I'm saying.
When you see, because I know
because once again, I'd put Heavy D and the Boys over a bunch of these people.
Here's my thing. I understand when you guys talk about the music. Now that's where it's a no-brainer. Some of the comparisons we're making, it ain't even close.
Well,
we talk about the records, like it's not.
The tree argument is a hard argument to have because it's like, sure, Dre and Cube came up out of the NWA tree and others as well, but would they still have emerged without NWA? You know, like, I don't know. It's like, to me, that's a more subjective what if than, you know, because then you can't put Eminem under the NWA tray simply because Dr. Dre found Eminem and he was a part of it. You know, like, I don't feel like that's relevant.
Some people would do that because then they say, well, you got to put 50 in there. You got to put
and
G-Unit in there.
Like, I gotta put Kendrick Lamar.
You're right.
We're not doing that.
We don't want to go that deep. I can dig that long. I can dig that
because we can't gauge influence.
True.
You know, like, sure, that's direct influence, but Andre 3000 has a bunch of kids out here.
He got a lot of kids out here,
but none that we can quantify.
Look, I'll say something is, you know.
Because Future has kids that are the Migos.
True.
And the Future is Dungeon.
Future's Dungeon
and
family.
then maybe Dungeon is related to, like, I don't know. Yeah. Now we're going down this huge rabbit hole.
Because I could make a case. Look, first of all, I'll make a case that Heavy D and the Boys will knock a couple of these groups out of the top 15.
Back up this list, man.
And you could make a case even for DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince knocking some of these people out.
I forgot about them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I forgot about them.
And you know who else I can make a case for knocking some of these people out of the top 15? The Ghetto Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Beastie Boys was a 16, Cypress Hill 17.
Where's UGK?
3 6 Mafia 18. They got some kids out here. I know DJ Paul do.
I would have UGK
top 10.
G-Unit 19. UGK 20.
I wouldn't put
too low.
First of all, I wouldn't put G-Unit in the top 35.
G-Unit over UGK is stupid, in my personal opinion. That's stupid. Bone Thugs 21.
You could make a case for Bone Thugs being in the top 15.
I don't know about top 15, but they should be on the list.
They should be on the list. For
sure. The Locks 22. Sugar Hill Gang 23.
Too high.
The Diplomats 24. That might be too low. If we being honest, I wouldn't even
put the Diplomats before I put the Sugar Hill Gang. I'm sorry, Sugar Hill Gang.
Hey, Dipset had a shot. Shout out to Andrew Barber, man. We had his argument probably twice a year about the Dipset.
Okay.
Right? And I always tell him their impact is undeniable. I just think the production, y'all know me, production outweighs what they talking about. But you can't say Dipset didn't have a wave. They had a wave. Sure. So they should be on here. Hot Boys 25.
Too high.
Too high?
They got a second album, the Let 'Em Burn, before they broke up, but nobody thinks about that record.
EPMD 26.
Oh, you want to talk about somebody that's too low?
There we go. Now we talk about
now you're getting disrespectful not having them in the top 20.
Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince 27. Ghetto Boys 28.
Okay,
right.
I think that's too low for the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, I would agree.
Gangstar 29.
Too low for Gangstar. Gangstar is a top 10 group.
Clips 30.
I'll put Gangstar up against anybody in that top 10.
Clips 30. Yeah, Boogie Down Productions 31.
That's about right for Clips.
That's about right for Boogie Down Productions.
I think Gangstar's top 20. I don't know top 10.
2 Live Crew 32.
think about it. The Gangstar had a legit.
They did.
They had a legit greatest hits album in 1999.
Now this is a good one, and we're gonna talk about this.
That
young
full
man.
clip still goes hard.
Goody Mob 33. I could make a case that that's too low, or am I wrong? What y'all think?
I could see that because you know what? They're 2 for 3.
Soul Food is one of my favorite albums ever made,
and Still Standing is a great record.
Yes,
I'd say definitely probably top 25.
Goody Mob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe higher. Yeah.
Brand Nubian 34.
That's
Far Side 35.
okay.
Hieroglyphics 36.
As soon as you said Far Side, I knew Hieroglyphics was going to follow. This is a liberal list.
8 Ball MJG 37.
Ooh.
That
I
might
feel like
be a
this should
little
be
low.
higher.
Yeah, it's a little low. 38 is the Big Timers.
They shouldn't be on the list.
They shouldn't be on the list.
shouldn't be on
I
the list.
love
Not
Manny
top
Fresh.
50.
They should not
Sorry.
be on the list.
Sorry.
Hell no. Yeah, they should not be on the list. Slum Village 39.
That's somebody trying to be like to make it seem like they pay attention.
They really don't pay attention though, do they?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Slum Village's work too, and I would personally put them a lot higher. But
in the
they're-
grand scheme
I
of
think they
things,
should be on.
probably don't.
I mean, if you're gonna put next to and you're gonna put them below the Big Timers, come on now.
that's stupid.
Yeah, if-
Onyx
if-
is 40.
If you're going to put them on the list, you're saying that the list is a certain way. So
Yeah.
Onyx at
is what?
40?
Onyx at
40.
40. Sorry, I was never a fan of Onyx like that.
I bought
I
the
wasn't
tape.
either.
Backed up. I
Yeah.
bought the tape.
I
Yeah.
mean, one of the Last Days is one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. But
shout out to Little Brother at 41.
Oh, they made the list.
They made the list.
Wow,
Yeah.
There's somebody being cute. Didn't know.
Jay Moore don't think y'all really meant that.
They're just like, oh, if we don't put Little Brother on here, they're not gonna,
So, all right.
Because
what
Little
else?
Brother should be higher. 41, Little Brother is slaughter in some of these groups.
Heavy D and the Boys 42.
Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
Jay Moore, calm down, bro. Calm down, man. Let's see. 43 is Kid and Play. I think this is disrespectful.
I don't think Kid and Play should be on the list.
What?
You can
I'm not bringing the movies and all that into it.
you can sneak them in the 40s.
I got to hear what else is on there.
Bruh. First of all, let's not act like Kid and Play don't have jams. That's still
They
go
got
now.
jams, but like as far as like, and don't get me wrong,
Impact, cartoons, movies.
I'm not talking about Impact. I'm talking about set their CDs on the table.
Bro, it's
Set their CDs on the table.
man, listen, the article does not say set they CDs on the
Well,
table.
that's what I'm
bro.
saying, and that's my criteria. And that's why I'm coming up with this.
Come on, man. You watch the Kid and Play cartoon.
I'm inclined to agree with Jay Moore.
Because
on
I
this
mean,
one.
don't get me
Like,
wrong. And the thing is, I like Kid and Play's first CD.
The Impact.
Getting Funky. Let's do this our way. Last night, jams.
Funhouse?
Funhouse. They know on the first album.
But I'm talking about that's a jam.
It's a jam, but like honestly, them Kid and Play albums after the first one when it was doing movies,
And they was bodying them James Brown break beats. They were.
I'm just saying when
Cool.
you talk about hey,
Don't do that.
cut on that whole Funhouse second cut on that whole CD. We're not doing it. No disrespect. And the thing is,
Maybe
I
Criss
love
Cross should be
Kid and
higher.
Play.
How you know they're not on the list?
You're probably next.
All right, man. They act like he ain't watched Class Act.
I've watched it over and over.
Man, I watched that so many times.
I've seen that movie way more times than I should have.
40,
It's because they always played it.
Yeah, at one point it came on HBO every day
Hey.
at like 3 o'clock.
Shouts
It was
to
like
Popsicle.
a TV show.
Shouts to Popsicle. Shouts
Shout to Pauly Shore who just showed up and ran in there.
Demeter was cold.
Yeah.
And Hillary Banks was cold in there too.
What else? Is there more on
sorry.
the list?
Criss Cross 44. You
See,
called
That's a
it.
damn
See, I
shame.
told you.
They just like,
Isn't that
oh
messed
yeah,
up?
hey, let's put the two
Novelty.
hip hop
Well,
groups
not novelty.
where it was a light skinned dude and a dark skinned dude, and they were both named Chris. Let's put
Now
them right next to each other.
this might be the most disrespectful that I've seen on here. 45 is Pete Rock and 𝐀𝐿 Smooth.
I might as well
Now
just knock this goddamn table over.
That is where the credibility is really starting to be taken away.
Is it?
45 for Pete Rock and 𝐀𝐿 Smooth. Word.
You think they'd belong on the list?
He trying to get
If you're gonna put the because first of all,
How many albums do they really have that we resonate with?
two, but they're two
But
for
they're
two.
phenomenal,
But they're
though.
2 for 2, unlike the Fugees.
He got a point there.
But as far as like their long, I mean, it was in a very specific period of time. You know, like
If you give me the main ingredient, Mecca and the Soul Brother, and all sold out, the EP,
Bruh.
and you put them next to the Fugees albums, I'm definitely taking Pete Rock.
What you say is called Jay Moore, set the CDs on the table.
Set the CDs on the table.
I got to remember that, man.
I'm not mad at it, but
we got to do a segment called Set the CDs on the Table, man. Like, that might have to be something we do, bro. That's funny.
Set the CDs on the table.
But we'd have to find some CDs.
Yeah, true. Pete Rock and 𝐀𝐿 𝐆 at 45, bro. Come on, man.
Behind Crisscross.
Come on, man.
Behind Salt and Pepper.
Behind Kid and Play. And I love Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Behind Grandmaster Flash and the Furious
Why-
Five.
Behind the Sugar Hill Gang.
The Sugar
I knew
Hill
y'all was-
Gang.
All right, man. 46 is the Yin Yang Twins. They made it.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just
No emotion on that one. Let's see. 47. Ray
They just had to put some new jacks on here.
Ray Smurda. Okay.
Ray Smurda and who?
It's just him. It's a group.
Ray Shrimmer.
Ray
yeah.
Shremmerd. Oh, okay. Yeah. Those guys. The
I
Beatles
pronounced it
guys.
wrong. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I pronounced it wrong. I was thinking of Bobby Smurda.
Yeah.
City Girls.
Get out of here.
Come on, Jay Moore. They got to do something for the list, bro. Come on,
Like,
man.
no, they had to be like,
This
okay,
list is terrible.
Salt and Pepper and the City Girls. They had to
The
put
credibility
they
is
had to put
being
women
taken
in.
away
Yeah.
as we go lower.
Put the CDs on the table.
Black Star, 49.
Oh, they did.
There
make
we
it.
go, Lone. 49.
So
they're
you-
right in the City Girls.
Put CDs on the table. I'm still taking Black Star, and they've won Phantom CD over the City Girls.
Yo, MLP rounds it out.
Oh my!
Wow.
You gonna put the City Girls before MOP?
And Black Star.
Wow.
So if we put the CDs on the table,
MLP's got records.
they got records. They got records. I agree.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, I got burned again because I gave this list a lot of credit. It was top heavy. The top part was good.
You could really make, I'm glad you started with the top 15. That was a good move.
Because we would have destroyed this list if we went bottom up. Because
Yeah.
this is bad. It gets bad after like 20.
The top 10-ish, you could interchange stuff in there.
At least the names
and
weren't.
swap a few around,
Right.
but it wasn't horrible.
At least the names were credible, right? In that area, 10, 15, the names were credible.
And
however you want
other
to move
than
around.
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, I don't know if Salt and Pepper really. I mean,
They had them at
they're
8,
they're
I think.
impactful though. I will give you the impact.
They had impact.
But-
That's facts.
But
Kid and Play, 𝐀𝐿 𝐆, Pete Rock and 𝐀𝐿 𝐆 being down here in these late 40s. I can't vouch for
Gangstar
that.
being
Gangstar 20s. Yeah. Well, we tried to vouch for y'all, man, but at the end of the day, looks like I got duped again, man.
I don't. Yeah,
I don't think it is. You got duped, but
I just got hyped because I
no,
saw
I mean
it pass,
because
man.
like there are parts of this list I really do think they got right, but then
They did.
when you look at some, they're like, oh yeah, I guess. Let's not forget Pete Rock and 𝐀𝐿 𝐆.
Outkast is the greatest group of all time,
I agree.
in my opinion.
Mine too.
I don't think it's a conversation.
Honestly, because you know what? Now I think about it. If you use my standard, putting them CDs on the table,
If you put nobody wants smoke with them.
Outkast beats Wu-Tang.
If we
do.
put the CDs on the table, nobody wants smoke with Outkast.
They don't.
Can we agree?
No,
No,
not
you
at
can't.
all.
Yeah, you
Nobody
can't.
wants smoke
Wu-Tang
with
has
them.
misses.
They
Yes.
do. As a
So,
group.
yep.
Now we want to do what Lone talked about with the narrative. Now Wu-Tang's family tree is crazy. If you want to
Wu-Tang-
branch out,
Yeah, but Wu-Tang's family tree has a lot.
I know
of
what he's
L's.
gonna say.
Has a lot of L's.
Yeah. Shout to Kill
A
Army.
lot more L's than Outkast's family
Yo,
tree.
Lone is. I love this guy. This is my brother, man. I've known him for years. He has consistently been on the head for B- level
B-.
Wu-Tang affiliates.
B-.
Is that what we used to say? It was
Yeah,
a B?
yeah.
B level affiliates?
Oh, B
level.
level, because B-
Yeah.
still, that's a, I back in the day, I used to be happy to get a B- on the
Lone,
test.
Lone has consistently, since I've known him, talked about B level Wu-Tang affiliates being trash. I'm talking about going back to when we were coming out of probably high school when I was in college.
Yeah,
Like he's been on
2001.
the head. He's been on their head ever since then. Early 2000s.
I remember getting that first,
Putting your cousin on.
Law
on
of
a
the
high
Dark
level.
Man.
Hey, the Swarm Volume 1 was fire
Look,
though.
Law of the Dark Man's one of the better ones.
Oh,
True.
yeah, because
Like,
I remember
but-
that first piece of vinyl I saw from him. He had a record with Raekwon. I was like, oh, yeah, with some more Wu-Tang.
You ever see the interview with You Got where he talks about how he's mad because RZA was giving all these beats to all these trash groups. Have you ever seen that interview, man? It's hilarious, bruh. He's like, RZA was out here working with all these groups and giving all these beats away to all these trash groups. I know exactly who he's talking about.
Yeah, we all do.
We know.
We all know.
We know exactly who
We know
he's
who
talking
they
about.
are. We don't need to say their
Wu
names.
affiliates.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. It's a lot of really.
Hey, that Wu Syndicate album was fire though. I don't care what y'all say.
Was it?
Yeah.
When was that?
I was the Wu-Tang fan. We were both.
No,
we
because
were
I remember
Wu-Tang
buying
fans.
I remember got
Wu-Tang fans.
like
Wu Syndicate had some
Kill
heat.
Army
Yeah.
tape, and I was like, oh, it's a Wu-Tang tape nobody know about.
To their credit though, with the Wu-Tang, with the affiliates, back then I was such a Wu head. If I saw the W,
Yep.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, man, I'm about to go cop
I gotta
because
find
Ghost
some way to
might
get
pop
next.
up,
Yeah,
Ray
exactly.
might pop up.
Yep.
So they had me. I bought
Looking
so
for the
many
features.
I bought so many trash Wu-Tang affiliate albums, hoping that I was gonna get a new RZA verse or a new RZA beat.
Yep.
They had me. So
Yeah. No, me too. But that's another reason why I speak on it, because it's part of my life, and
I wasted a lot
your
of time.
wallet.
a lot of that stuff. Well, I mean, a lot of that stuff was downloaded at that point. You know,
Oh, yeah,
once it got
that was that
to
era.
once it got to the early 2000s, late 90s, early
But
2000s.
long, that's time wasted. You
No, it
wasted
is.
a lot of time
not for sure.
waiting on.
Yeah, I can't put Wu-Tang above Outkast. I can't do that. I
love
to me,
Wu-Tang.
it's not even like it's like
Not even.
it's
yeah.
like, you know,
That's
undeniable, like top.
Wu-Tang.
you know.
Wu-Tang is a group where I'm like, okay, if you want to, we can at least have the conversation and talk about it a little bit. It's respectable, but at the end of the day, it's still not.
No, it's
You put the CDs on the table,
It's
man.
Outkast.
It's Outkast, bro.
it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, so I put Outkast. I mean, the only people who I really could compete,
Tribe.
Tribe and Gangstar.
Tribe for sure.
I'm not sold on Gangstar like that in that aspect. I do like Gangstar. I bought the albums back then, but
But I think Tribe is closer to. If you want to sit the CDs down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good candidate to put them on the table.
Tribe is
Yeah.
closer in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I would give it to Tribe. Yeah, Tribe.
I mean, and I like Gangstar. Don't get me wrong, but
I still run Full Clip.
Run the Jewels isn't on there.
Run the Jewels is
Run
on
the
there.
Jewels isn't on there.
Interesting.
Run the Jewels
But
isn't
City
on
Girls
there.
is on there.
Yeah, take City Girls off there right now and put Run the Jewels in.
That's very.
That's just more credibility loss on this list. Run the Jewels has to be on there.
Run the Jewels. Take Crisscross off. Put on Run the Jewels.
Run the Jewels is probably top 30
Top 30-ish.
ish.
Yeah.
35 ish. I mean, you could make the argument to be higher and
They
lower,
are very
but,
consistent.
but they
all
have,
the way through.
they have
They're very
solid,
consistent.
4 solid albums.
Mm-hmm.
Some of
Yeah.
them I like more than the others, but they're all solid.
You know, we love Killer Mike, man. He was like, man, we dropped 4 classics. I was like, I don't know about 4 classics.
4 great albums.
Four
Four
great albums,
good
though.
projects.
4 good projects.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know about 4 classics though.
Yeah.
Either way, man. Billboard.
You tried.
We tried, man, but
I mean, as soon as I saw the list come out, somebody was like, "What do you think of the list?" And my tweet was literally, "Billboard should not make hip hop lists." I didn't even read it. Didn't even look at it.
Didn't even look at it.
Didn't even look at it.
they've let us down so many times.
It's just stop.
Let's do something for the ladies. Let's do something for the West Coast. Let's do something for the South. And don't get me wrong. Some of it, like I said, some of it is right.
Yeah.
Some of it is right.
Somebody
but like
in
when
that
I see
office-
Salt and Pepper in the top 10, no.
Somebody in that office was like,
When I see
okay,
the City Girls,
let's make sure we put
No.
Little Brother in here just to make sure we pacify these people. Let's make sure we throw.
hieroglyphics.
Yeah, we got to make sure we put
right
them
next
in
to
there.
Far Side, like come
Exactly.
Because even when
Lone predicted it
when
twice.
you
Who
put
was
the
going to be next?
CDs on the table, what,
Yeah.
No.
If you put Little Brother CDs on the table,
You
they
put-
got some smoke.
They're higher.
you
They're
put
higher.
they should they
Little
really,
Brother is definitely higher.
yeah, they're definitely higher.
They got some dope projects.
Especially after Let the Lord Watch. They solidified.
Exactly.
May the Lord watch.
Or made the
Or
Lord
made Lord
watch.
watch. Yeah.
Same thing.
Good
But
catch.
The Lord out here watching.
but the
The Lord watched this list and was like, nah.
Little
They
Brother
definitely-
has like 6 albums though.
They do.
I mean, think of the 2 with Ninth, and then they have the Get in the Left, and
Yep.
then I guess 5, right?
5, and then
And
they
then they
have
have the Chitlin Circuit, and they have
Mixtapes. Yep.
you know.
Put them on the table.
I mean,
Put them on the table.
I think they could probably be top 15, maybe
Yeah.
maybe top 10.
Honestly, yeah, you can make a case for them.
their first, especially coming off the first 2 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 2 albums out the gate solidify them as being on this list.
I mean, if we're talking about the Fugees had 2 albums.
Yeah.
NWA had 2 albums.
If you
Yeah,
use
they're
Brother
that,
had 5 albums.
if you
Yeah.
use that
Tribe
argument,
had 5 albums, or 6.
I can't
with
refute that if that's the route. I can't.
Outkast, it's like consistent quality material over a large period of time should factor into this as well.
I think Outkast,
which is why Gangstar belongs in there as well.
Outkast, their level of product all the way across is higher than anybody else's. Like the dips in other people's catalog are way lower. Outkast leveled off.
Yeah.
All the way through. I don't see a significant dip. Southern Playalistic, even
Idlewild,
even
had
Idlewild.
Hollywood Divorce.
That's what I'm saying.
It had
man.
records.
Joints on
It
there.
had
It's
records.
joints on there. Mighty O.
Oh yeah,
Like
come
they
on
had
now.
records on there,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
So there's no significant drop off in their product.
But that's my point. That is Outkast's significant drop off is Idlewild.
Is that a while? Okay.
and
Which is still a good album.
Stankonia was fire. Yeah, like they got even the double album was fire.
Yeah.
And it sold 10 million.
So
two
I
different
mean, I could
styles.
talk about the people who need to get off this list completely.
I'm trying.
I'll say Salt and Pepper can stay on. They got to be back up in the 40s. I'll say City Girls got to go.
Yeah.
They're not top 50 group.
You just trying to get 150.
They gotta
That's
go.
fine.
They gotta go.
150
They gotta
comment
go.
package.
I'll be honestly, this is going to hurt.
It's actually disrespectful that they're on this list.
I agree.
I'm Crisscross. Sorry, y'all got to go too.
I'm gonna keep Crisscross. I'm gonna get rid of the City Girls. I gotta keep.
I know. I already got rid of City Girls. They both gone. City Girls, Crisscross, get out of here.
But who else? But the only groups that who they miss right now that we know of, Run the Jewels, and who else?
They miss Run the Jewels.
I'd put Jungle Brothers in there over City Girls.
I fool with the Jungle Brothers. Yeah, over the City Girls. Yeah, over the City Girls.
I can see that.
I put Jungle Brothers in there over Crisscross.
Fair enough.
I would get honestly.
Stop trying to play Crisscross, man.
I said what I said.
But they had like 2 albums though, right? 2 or 3 that were pretty decent.
And they got joints.
They got 2 in an EP.
So
The Grown album, the album when they was grown to live or die for hip hop, that had some heat on there. There's a couple joints on there.
Young, Rich, and Dangerous.
There you
I'm
go.
not going to say I
you
enjoy
go.
that. They had joints on there.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm talking about when you talk about put the CDs on the table.
you know who
you got to turn that into something, man. Put the CDs on the table.
you know what else? Who else we could probably put on there is Blue in Exile,
Yes.
Ooh.
because they have a certified classic, and then they have
Below the
2
Heavens is
other. They
amazing.
have one other full project that is actually good.
Miles. I mean, not Miles.
No, it's like Give Me the Flowers. I think it's
Give Me Your Flowers Before You
and
Can
Still
something.
Smell Them or something. And then they might even have another one,
I
but
think it's
they have at least 2 really good solid ones.
that first one is.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's still only a couple projects, but I still think that belongs above like a City Girls.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No
I
question.
put Bush Babies on there before I put the City Girls.
Yeah, it's called Miles from an interlude called Life. That came after Give Me My Flowers.
You know what I would do? Where's Reflection Eternal?
Mm.
You
I
put
don't
the
know.
CDs.
First album was fire.
You put the
First
CD.
album
The
was fire.
second album, was good.
It was good.
𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐒.
Don't do that.
Yes, you put the CDs on the table. I'm getting City Girls, Crisscross. I'm getting Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 out of here.
Now I wish I had a buzzer for every time you do 150 comment quote.
And you know what? We love Rappers Delight, but I'm getting the Sugar Hill.
Just go for 500 comments.
I'm
Then
getting
you
them
already
outta
cashed
here.
in 150, 300. Just go for 5. Just go for 5.
Who cares about the comments? Nobody cares about the comments.
We are not industry.
I'm
No,
just saying,
we're not.
man. We are not. We for the culture. You're right.
I can't.
Oh, you know what? Who else I
If you
get out of
use
here?
what is the
I'm
word?
getting
We talk about the
I'm
word
getting
culture.
hieroglyphics as a group out of here.
No, I'm kind of with you. Like Souls of Mischief in general.
Once again,
Maybe they should be.
we're not doing families.
Yeah.
We're doing group projects. Hyro Imperium. I love you.
They got records.
They
and
got
songs,
records.
but yeah, I agree.
Where's Dilated Peoples? Let's put Dilated Peoples on together and play somebody.
Dilated Peoples belong. Yep,
I forgot about Dilated People.
Yep, they belong.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Dang, man, they left. They did leave.
They let Smiles and Style Star off the group.
Now I know it's time for us to pivot and go on to something else because
All right.
you're gonna get me started. Lord Tariq Computer Guns.
Where's Quo?
Yeah, New York wasn't that good, brother.
Where's the Ghetto Mafia?